Hi again, my name is Alessandro and I'm going to be speaking about my experiences once again here in Budapest. So I just landed about a week and a half ago, so things have been pretty good so far. My transit went really smoothly. I flew from O'Hare to London and then to Budapest. So there was only one connecting flight and everything went really smoothly. When I landed down in the city, I got a taxi and then came straight to my apartment. This is my room. I know you can't see a lot of it, but I'm very satisfied with it. Overall, it was about a 13-hour trip to get to Budapest starting in O'Hare, and everything went well. I really have no complaints. I landed on a Sunday evening and my orientation was on Wednesday. So I did have some time to meet some people. I met some of the internationals. We went out. There's a lot of cool places to see. We walked around together a lot around the city, and overall had a good experience. The buildings are really nice. One of the coolest things that I've seen so far is it's called a ruin bar. I went there in the daytime. I was just checking it out, but it has some very cool decorations and it seems like a really fun place to hang out. Ruin bars are very popular throughout Budapest and because of their interesting decor. But my orientation was on Wednesday and things went well. I just listened about what to expect, what we're going to be doing this semester, and I think it's going to be good. Typically, they go through a 5 weeks notice for classes. So in week 1, so I find out my classes week 1 through 5, and then when I'm in week 2, I'll find out the next week's classes, so classes 2 through 6. I've already traveled to Bratislava in Slovakia, which was a 2.5-hour bus ride. I went with 2 friends of mine that I've made. One of them's French, one of them's Canadian, and we just walked around the city. So what I first thought about Budapest when I landed was that the buildings were all kind of older, definitely older than that of Chicago. Chicago's just known for its skyscrapers, but Budapest definitely has older architecture, which actually isn't a bad thing anymore. It's very pretty to look at compared to skyscrapers, which it's just glass and concrete and steel. All the buildings around have this really interesting designs on them. If you look really closely, it's very cool. One of the things that surprised me was actually the number of restaurants around and the number of international students. Actually, I hear English from time to time when I'm walking on the streets of Budapest, but it's mostly in a UK accent. There's very few Americans here. It's mostly native English speakers from the UK, the United Kingdom, not from the United States or Canada for that matter. Now that I'm here, my goals were to travel a lot, and my goals are still to travel a lot. My goals have changed in the sense that I thought I was going to see everything in Budapest really quickly. Like just, like that, I was going to see everything, but really it's a larger city than I expected. Still walkable, but larger than expected. And there is a lot to see, and I'm concerned, a little scared, that because of all the traveling I plan on doing, that I won't even have time to look at Budapest itself. So what I'm doing is making sure that I stay in Budapest for a couple of weekends instead of always traveling. But Hungary's nice central position in Europe is awesome. Like I said, I went to Bratislava. I will be taking a plane to Macedonia in about 5 hours time for the weekend. So it's awesome how close everything is. So what surprised me about Budapest was the number of shops and the number of restaurants around. There are a lot of restaurants in the downtown area, and I would have expected to see some other things, but it seems like there's a huge focus on gyros actually. There's a lot of gyro shops around, a lot of pizza places. So I loved it. I really like gyros and I really like pizza. So really wasn't a problem for me, and a piece of pizza goes for about 200 forint, which is about 80 cents, 90 cents, because it's 250 forint for $1 US, approximately. It goes down and up a little bit. One last thing that I found really interesting was the need to point out the closest McDonald's. You would be walking around the street just minding your own business, and you would see a sign pointing out the closest McDonald's, whether that be 100 meters, 50 meters. It'll give you a sign, it'll show you 50 meters that way. And and so you would go to it. It's been a great first week, meeting a lot of new people, traveling around, seeing new places, seeing new cities besides Budapest. So overall, have had a good first week. Thank you.